Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades that we took on Friday, as well as the game plan going into this week and what I'm going to be looking for. So, on Friday, this is what the 30-minute chart looked like. And what does this tell us? This tells us that the market is bullish. Why? Because the 10 is above the 50 here on the 30-minute chart. So, since we're crossed on the call side, that means we're focused on the bulls. And, we get our entries off of the 0-day chart. And you can see, how well respected this 50 SMA is, because that is a major support area on these contracts. So when we go to the 0-day chart, this is what we looked like. Wrong chart. If we go to the 0-day chart, this is what we looked like throughout the day. Obviously, since the market was bullish, we were looking for longs, and off of open, where did we open up? We opened right in this area right here, and we were just looking for a 0-day cross on the call side. This put chart really didn't give anything. We did pop up into this 50 here twice, but I mean, I'm not going to take a rejection like that. I'm more so looking for a cross on calls to take, and we did get that. So if we look here, go back to the calls real quick. This is what we got. So right here, 10's going above the 50, and once 50 curled, you could have got in. I was waiting for a nice pullback down into this 10. I got in a little bit before this pullback to the 10. I was already in, and I rode a nice move up, and then the 50 did get a little weird. It turned down at one point, and that's where you could have closed it. But this would have been the ideal entry right here at the 10. This is where I gave it to the Discord. This ended up bottom ticking it like instantly. There was no like drawdown on this at all. Maybe you got filled 10 to 15 points, more or less, where I gave it at, because it did drop, I think, like 10-15 points below my initial entry like really quickly, and then it wicked back up. But this little wick here gave about like 70 to 90 points depending on your entry. I think I was up like 80 at one point, but I was looking for 100 plus points. I didn't get it, so I ended up stopping break even on this. Once this came back down, I got stopped, and then once we came back to this 50 SMA, I got back in after this 50 curled up, because like right here it's hard to see, but when we came down in this 50 initially, the 50 was pointed down. So once we started to curl back up, that's when I got in. It was at the start of this candle right here at 135 on, like, I'm pretty sure that open, or like not right at the open, but after we start bouncing a little bit, I got in, and look at the move we got. I mean, this was textbook. This is 100% a trade you want to be taking any day of the week. 50 dip and trend. I know the 50 was down at first, but once it curled back up, I was in, and this ran, I think, like 200 points instantly. It was like 2 5-minute candles just straight vertical. It was just a beautiful trade. I mean, very simple. I was all out on that pump. Caught around 200. Wasn't 200 exactly, but it was a major move that we got out of that 50 dip. So those were the trades that you would have taken on Friday. I mean, that's all you needed: the cross and then this 50 dip. I was looking for more on this, initial cross, but is what it is. I got my move off of this 50 SMA right here. 200 points, can't complain with that, and that's all that I took. There was no other setups to take. Very simple: 0-day cross, 50 dip and trend. It's not hard. You just gotta understand the type of market we're in. We know that we're trending bullish on the 30-minute here, because that 10 is about the 50 on the call side. So we know the focus is on the short, or is on the long side. And once you get an idea, or once you know how to read the charts, like, okay, we're in bullish trend, we look for long entries, and then you just wait until we get one. You don't have to force anything. You just wait until the setup happens. You wait until that 0-day cross happens, and then you wait for that 50 dip, and then if you don't get it, you don't get it. There's no trade then. So you just gotta be aware of the trades you want to be taking depending on the current market we're in. So you need the Friday contracts to be able to trade the 0-day contracts, because the Friday contracts paint the picture of what you want to be taking on the 0DT chart. So just it all ties together with the higher time frames on the 30-minute and then the 0-day chart. So yeah, that's what we did on Friday. A very simple day. Going into this week, market is bullish, obviously, because the 10 is above the 50. We're gonna get new contracts though. We have to see where we open up tomorrow, because I know there was some news over the weekend that's probably gonna ramp the market up. So we'll have to see how we open up from there. But right now, market's bullish. Probably will be bullish on Monday. And what I'll be looking for: 0-day cross on calls, 50 dip on calls. Very simple. Same thing as Friday. Same exact thing. So depending on what we look like on the higher time frames, it'll be interesting to see what they look like, because if we do come into the 4-hour 50, if the next week's contracts, or if the contracts we get on Monday are somewhat close to that 4-hour 50 from the gap up, then possible rejection because this 50 here is sloped down super hard. Again, I don't know what contracts we're gonna get like tomorrow, but 4 out of 50 will be something to look out for because that's a major area of resistance. And then we also have the daily 50, which is very far away, but you know, who knows if we pop into that sometime this week. 4 hour and the daily 50 are major spots on these charts. So if we do pop into them this week, I would expect some sort of rejection off of them. So that's the game plan. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. If you guys want to learn, join Discord down below. That's where we post all the trades. Last week or two, trades have been a little bit less just because of the volatility. Market's been crazy, so you know, I'm not trying to throw any trades out there just to, you know, put a trade out there. So you know, if I'm posting a trade, it's a high confidence trade. So if you guys want to learn, that's the place to be. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm out. Peace.